Hey guys, Preperations here. I was actually asked by a subscriber if I was going to make a tutorial video on how to do the animations. Basically, I'm going to show you a really simple part. I'm using Photoshop, and basically what I've already done is over in the layers here, you can see that I've cut Gale's wing out. So that's going to be a separate part that I animate. Most likely, well, here's an example of what something it would do. Oh, nope, I'm in the wrong layer. Okay, so basically you would like. If I wanted to see what it would look like, I'm going to do something like this. This is probably going to be in the trailer. So I would do something like that. Hide his eyes. I'm going to hide his eyes, and then his arms are going to move out and then go back to the way they were. Not that quickly, but something along those lines. But I just need to see how that will look in here, what is showing. You can see that I've done some manipulation here or some modification on the back end, because after you cut it out, there will be a big black area. So what I use is the stamp tool, and I pick a part of here on Gale's, right here, and just fill it in, and blur it out. I'll use the dodge tool, burn tool, stuff like that to make it look kind of normal. Excuse me. And basically, yeah. So you kind of have to look at pictures and see what can I animate here, what can I do. If I really wanted to get into detail, I could probably make him blink. I haven't really practiced with that yet, but it is possible. So I've cut out his wing. That's one part that's going to be animated. So basically, if you took away all the layers, I would save that as its own file and name it, Gale wing right or something like that, so that I know what I'm using. So, and when I animate it, I'll show you what I do also. So basically, you want to cut this out with the pen tool. You want to cut his wing out with the pen tool, and I'll show you on this wing. But before I do that, basically this bugs me right here. This part, I'm gonna zoom in on it. It's you see how this wing is sharp and this wing is cut off. This is where the card ended. So when the render was made of Gale, they just followed the line. Obviously, we can't cut out picture that isn't there. So obviously, and also his legs, the way his legs end like that. So what I usually do is one of two things. I'll either take the smudge tool. Let me zoom in. I'll take the smudge tool, and this is the way I do it. This could be very wrong, but it's just the way I do it. And I smudge out his wing, basically, till he has one. I don't really like that, so I'm going to go back. Okay, so, oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Okay, and that turned out a little better. Let's try to fix it. Okay, and then I would come through with the erase tool and just cut off a part, make it rounded. There you go. That's what I do. And then essentially I'll either blur it out. Let's see, blur tool, so that it doesn't look weird. And then I'll use the burn tool. That might actually be the dodge tool. Yeah, the dodge tool. So that's the dodge tool. I'm gonna give it some weird coloring. As it looks a little weird. I'm probably gonna come up with the burn. Let's see what it looks like with the burn tool. So I mean, it looks close enough to what I want. So let's see what it looks like from far away. It looks a little weird like that, but I mean, he has a whole wing now. I also could have, if I wanted to, let me go ahead and just erase this part. So let me come in here and erase it. By the way, if you're expecting this to be a quick tutorial, it probably isn't going to be. This is my process, so bear with me. I would also do something along the lines of coming down here. Oh, not that far. So right here, and then cutting this part out. This shape isn't anything in particular, it's just the shape I happen to use. Coming to the paths, you gotta click this right here so it selects the path, layer, copy, paste. So now I have another one of these sitting right here. And then while I'm on this layer, you select it, bring it up here, and then you want to Control T, flip it around, so it fits the spot. That's a pretty good fit right there. And then basically I'm going to go to the Images, Adjustment, Layer, and then Variation, and then I'm going to go to the beginning. So let's see if we can't get it to look similar enough. That's pretty close. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select both the layer, this layer right here, and then Gale, and then merge them together. So now there's one piece. And then I'm going to blur it out so you can't see the line. Basically right here. You can't see the line. And then I'm going to use a burn tool. Yeah, that's right. Still looks a little weird, so let's try use the dodge tool. That's too much. There, that looks a little better. So it doesn't really matter too much. It looks good enough for what I need it for. And then basically, now that you see that, you're going to see it in the video and be like, oh my god, it's sticking out. And this is the things that like bother me. So what I could also do is come in here, use the stamp tool to capture this color and then just move it up so the color matches. Oh, nope, didn't want to do that. Okay, so you got to be careful not to hit things you don't want. And then you catch this. You hold Alt to pick your area, and then you go in and just, yep. See, you don't want to pick stuff like that up. Nope, that looks weird as well. Okay, so it looks a little, okay, that spot you don't want there. But anyway, so it looks a little better now. It's not going to be on Gale long enough for you to really notice. It looks a lot better that way. So now he has a complete wing. So then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out this wing. I'm going to show you pretty much what I do. I'm going to zoom in enough so I can see the lines clearly. Maybe one more. Nope, that's too much. Okay, so there you go. That's as far as I want to zoom in. So basically over here you don't have to do anything because it's in the black area. So right here you're going to come in here, and this is the most time consuming part, basically, this and the animation process, because you have to make sure you don't hit anything you don't want to hit. This had white in it, so I took it out basically, and then you come in here. See, I don't want to catch that green, so I'm going to try to stay as close as possible to the wing, and then there you go, get it down. While I was in high school, I learned that using the pen tool is probably the only way to do this, just because of the fact that it's so precise, and the other ways leave you kind of stranded if you mess up. So basically that's all I really have to do for that. I can actually even cut this out if I want to. I'm just going to cut around it because it's a little place marker, and that's it. So come back around. You probably don't want to get that close, so you connect the lines, come over to the paths, select the path, go to layers, copy paste. Oh, nope, what happened? That was weird. Not paste. I accidentally hit paste on accident, so copy, paste, and then there's a new wing. You can see it there, so if I make that, you see that there's two wings. There's a little bit of green here, but that's okay. And so now I'm going to make that, I'm going to get rid of that. Actually, you should probably put it over the thingy, over the other wing, just so you see where you're supposed to be. Okay, so there. Then I'm going to make it invisible for now. Come out to this layer, go to the path, select the path again, and then delete it. So then now you go back to your layers, and see that you see the wing is there. Okay, so basically this is the part I was telling you about before. You see the place marker, that's where the wing should be. Basically what I want to do is I'm going to test. No, I don't want to select Gale. I want to select that wing. Where is it? Okay, so and I like to put the left on top and the right on the bottom. And then that really doesn't matter though. You can do whatever you want. And so I want to see what it's going to look like when I move that. So I just select it and move it around. So you can see the areas that you're going to have to fill in, basically. I have to fill in right here. Nope, I didn't want to do that. You fill in right here, and right here. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this invisible, select the Gale layer, click the stamp tool, and then I'm going to make it a little bigger actually. Like 20 or 30. 30 is okay. And then select this area, and then work my way out. Okay, that was not what I wanted to do. So it's a Gale area. Okay, yeah. So you want to get, you don't want it to be there. You want it, there you go. So you just want to work it out, and then make sure that you make, like, you know, a believable path for yourself to follow. And then, you know, you can do whatever basically from there. You just want to cover up this area. This doesn't have to be pretty. Basically, this doesn't have to be pretty because it's going to be behind the wing. So it isn't like you're really going to see it in the end. So there you go. So then I'll come down and just make sure you get, you know, enough of a chunk of an area. So you probably, you know, it doesn't even have to be a good shape, really. Oh, I didn't want to go into there. So this area right here is probably where the green's going to end. Okay, so there you go. And then you make sure you just, you know, something like that or whatever. And then, you know, use the blur tool to get rid of those, you know, repeated smudges. That's basically it for that. So, you know, you're gonna want to do the same thing here, a little bit of here. Let's just go to the stamp tool. And just fill in those areas. Okay, so that's really all you need to do for that. You come in here, see, you can see that now this area is complete, and when I select the wing to see where it'll be, there isn't a huge gap there. There's kind of a gap, but not crazy big. And probably when I animate it, I would probably actually move the wing over a little, you know, just enough so that it doesn't look crazy bad. And yeah, that's about it for that process. So now what I would do is I want these to be in a particular spot before I animate them, so they're pretty much where they're going to be. So I take this away so that the renders are transparent, and then I would go from the bottom up. I don't think this is even anything, so I can get rid of that. And then, so I would save this wing first, get rid of that, save that wing, get rid of that, save Gale in that form, and then take them into Vegas. So yeah, so basically that's what I do. You know, this is about 15-minute process just to do that. And then when I go into Vegas, I select how I want to animate it, add other effects and stuff, and you know, the end result will be something else. So there you go. That's basically the process so far. There's more to it, and you know, maybe I'll make another tutorial video later on how to do that. So, but in the comment section below, let me know what you think. You know, hit the like, subscribe button to see when I put out new videos, and thanks for watching.